Hey, good morning everyone, and also good night if you've seen this in the night. Today I'm gonna presentation my English 2 project for the project 1. Uh, I'm gonna be presenting about software and operating system, sorry. And the topic number 2 is about hardware. My name is Kurniawan Bowo, and I'm from University of Vinasarana Informatika. And this is my PowerPoint, my project. Okay, so let's start first. So about my first topic is about software and operating system, or OS. What is software? Let's start with the basic. What exactly is the software? In simple terms, software is a set of digital instruction and data that tells the computer physical components what to do. Unlike hardware, which you can touch, software is intangible. It's the brain behind the operation, and without it, the computer would just be useless box of electronics. So software is important for your computer, for our computer. And then the next slide is about categories of software. Software is generally divided into two main types. Remember, two: system software and application software. Software is generally divided into two main types. First, we have system software. This is the software that operates and controls the computer hardware itself, with the operating system being its prime example. And second, we have application software. These are the programs designed for us, the end user, to perform specific tasks. Examples include word processor like Microsoft Word, web browsers like Google Chrome, and games, and many other. Next is we talk about the role of an operating system or OS. Now let's focus on the most crucial piece of system software, the operating system or OS. Think of the OS as a manager or a translator. It acts as a vital intermediary between you and the application software you want to use and the computer hardware. It efficiently manages the computer's memory, handles our running processes, and ensures that all the software and hardware can work together harmoniously. And then we talk about the key. The key function of an OS. The operating system has several core responsibilities. It handles process management, which means it allocates resources and manages the execution of all programs. It also performs memory management, keeping track of every piece of data in memory. Furthermore, it manages the file system, which organizes how data is stored and retrieved. It controls all input and output device through device management, and it provides essentially security features like user authentication to protect your data. And then we have the common operating system. We have four, like Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and also we have Android and iOS for mobile. Let's talk about it. You interact with an operating system every time you use a computer or phone. Some common examples include Windows, which is known for its user-friendliness and is widely used on PCs. Mac OS or Mac OS found on Apple computers is recognized for its stability and sleek design. Linux is a powerful open source OS popular for server and development. And finally, we have mobile operating system like Android or iOS, which power our smartphone and tablets, sorry. Okay, the software OS hardware relationship. So how do all these parts work together? It's a seamless flow of information. The user interacts with an application like a web browser. That application doesn't talk directly to the hardware. Instead, it sends a request to the operating system. The OS then interprets this request and directly manages the hardware to perform the tasks, such as displaying a web page on your monitor. This layered structure makes computers efficient and easy to use. And this is the last slide for the first topic we have is the conclusion on software and operating system. In conclusion, software is the set of instructions that brings the computer to life, enabling it to perform countless tasks. The operating system is the essential core that manages all the resources and acts as the foundation for everything. Together, they create a powerful system that allows us to work, learn, and play. And this is second slide, and this is the second topic. Sorry. Okay, let's move on to the second topic, which is about hardware or computer hardware. First, let's introduce the hardware. What is computer hardware? What is hardware? Computer hardware refers to all the physical tangible components that make up a computer system. These are the parts you can actually see and touch. These components are categorized based on their primary function within the system. Okay, about CPU, the central processing unit, often called the brain of the computer. The central processing unit or CPU is responsible for executing most of the instruction from the computer software. It performs all the calculation, input or output operation. Its speed is measured in gigahertz or GHz, if the acronym, which indicates how many cycles of processing it can perform per second. And then about memory, there's a RAM and ROM. Memory is crucial, and there are two key types. First is RAM. RAM is random access memory. This is your computer's short-term memory. It's very fast but volatile, meaning it only holds data while the computer is on. When you turn it off, the data is in RAM is lost. Second, we have ROM or read-only memory. This is the permanent, non-volatile memory that stores critical startup instruction like the BIOS, which is needed to boot up the computer. And then we have the motherboard or the main circuit board. The motherboard is the main circuit board and truly the backbone of the entire system. It's large, flat board that houses critical components like the CPU and RAM. More importantly, it contains pathways that allows all different parts of the computer to communicate and work with each other efficiently. And we have storage device for long-term storage. We use storage device. The HDD or hard disk drive uses spinning magnetic disks to store data. It offers high capacity at lower cost, but it's slower. The SSD or solid state drive uses flash memory with no moving parts. It is much faster, more durable, and uses less power, but it is more expensive for the downside. We also have external storage like USB drive and external hard disks for portability. And for the input and output device, this device allow us to communicate with the computer. Input devices are used to send data into the computer. Common examples are the keyboard, mouse, microphone, and webcam. On the other hand, output devices are used to retrieve data from the computer, like monitors, printers, speakers, and projectors are all output devices. And then we have power supply and expansion card. Two other critical support components are the power supply and expansion card. The power supply unit or PSU is crucial because it converts the power from your wall outlet into a form that computer's internal component can use safely. And for the expansion card are circuit boards you can add to the motherboard to give your computer new capabilities. A common example is a graphic card. which enhance the video performance for gaming or design, or a network card for connecting to the internet. And then this is the last slide for the second topic is about the conclusion or hardware, sorry. To summarize, hardware from the physical foundation of any computer system, its components from the CPU to the power supply has a specific and critical role. Understanding this part not only help us appreciate how computers work, but also assist in troubleshooting problems and building efficient custom system. Okay, thank you for watching my presentation on about software operating system and about hardware. I hope it was informative. Thank you for watching. This is my project one for my English 2 project. And you guys have a good day. See you.